are building fileless-based attack to say, okay, how do we bypass antivirus? The major goal of fileless-based attack is to bypass antivirus solution in organizations. That's why this study that we are doing today is around PowerShell. So what kind of tool did they now use for fileless-based attack? They use tools that Windows already have, like PowerShell, WMI, PS script, CS script, scripting tools. So you can see an attack that does not require malicious executable to be run on the disk is a fileless-based attack, right? So that is very crucial. It's something that every one of us need to understand. So we are going to do a demo, a lab, to see how a malicious script, how to detect, how to analyze a malicious script. Now, what is the impact of fileless-based attack? It's very enormous. You can take your time to check on Google. You will see that there's a lot of stuff on fileless-based attack that shows that, like I said, you can see it. The attack used PowerShell, open source tool like Mimikatz, Metapreter. This Metapreter is also a tool that is part of your Kali. We can see over time, we'll get to see how to use Metapreter, for example, to dump credentials, or to have remote access to an attack, to a remote system, a victim system, right? So this is what it uses, and most banks are. The funny thing is that many people don't know if they are even being attacked by a fileless-based attack, because that's how it is very stealthy. It tries to go unnoticed. So, and this is the reality on ground that we have. This is an information as far back 2017. And it's telling us that only 51% breaches include malwares, and fileless-based attacks are not just new, they are coming up every day. And the funny thing is that even ransomware, as the case may be, uses a lot of fileless-based attack. You can see that 80% of attacks use some sort of fileless technique. So is this something that we should learn? Is this something that we should be worried about? Is this something that we should explore? Yeah, it's very important. And we are going to do that without wasting much time. I'm going to assess this. So we are going to go through a lab together. And the good thing is that the portal for the lab is very free. You can go through it yourself after this class. But let's go through this lab together. Let's pay attention. So this is the scenario that has been placed. Recently, let's go through the scenario and let's go through how we can answer the questions. So recently, the network of a large company named Gutter Legend were compromised after an employee opened a phishing email containing malware. The damage caused was critical and resulted in business-wide disruption. Gotham Legend had to reach out to a third-party incident response team to assist with the investigation. Now, every one of us here, we are considered as a member of the incident response team. All you have is an encoded PowerShell script. Can you decode it and identify the malware responsible for an attack? Okay, so this is what we are giving. And in reality, to be honest with you, I've gone through this kind of experience too with a bank here in Nigeria. And I think I will share some of my experience on how I try to detect it. Now, based on this question, based on the scenario-based question, they've given us some challenges to answer. First of all, is okay. As an incident response personnel or cybersecurity engineer working there, or the third party that they consulted. Now, what are the things you are looking for? That's the first question. The only thing you are being given here is a PowerShell script, don't forget, an encoded PowerShell script. Now, from this challenge, they've given us a link to download it, and I think I've done that. So this is the script. So at this point, I want to ask if everybody is listening to me, so that I want to get feedback. Are you guys listening to me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go on.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. So let's go on. Let's go on. Right. So now this is the script. What do we do from here? Like the script has been sent to us. Let me open the script. Guys, this script is encoded. Look at it. The only thing you can see is PowerShell. That's W hidden, that's encode, and everything is encoded. Bro, in, from my experience with the bank I was talking about, this it was just something like this. And it was bypassing. Funny enough, there was an antivirus that my company is managing, but it was bypassing some sort of it was bypassing the security control. So I was very curious, like, what is happening? It's not like it was affecting the client. It's bypassed. Then when it tried to run, when it tried to dump the credentials, the antivirus solution will stop it, but the antivirus solution will not delete it. So my problem is the solution was detecting that there's a malware, but the solution is not deleting it. Why? Because it's fileless based. Are you seeing it? If it's a file based, oh, it's easy, just delete the file. But this is fileless based. This is not a file. This is a string. You see my problem. That is how advanced threat has gone. So what do we do from here? So I'm going to introduce us to a platform. First of all, let's talk about this malicious script. Bro, anytime you see, for example, maybe you open a Microsoft Word. I'm telling you now, maybe on the SIEM solution, you are viewing a log. Let's take that this is a log, and you're seeing that maybe a PDF or a Microsoft Word that you try to open is also trying to call PowerShell to do something. That is an example of a malicious behavior. Now, for me, what the first thing I check in a PowerShell script is this word, these key terms. I will ask myself, why on earth is somebody trying to hide this session? So what is this doing? Let's talk about it. This is saying that this is a PowerShell script. W-W hidden is saying that try to open the PowerShell session in an invisible mode, right? Open it, because if I open a PowerShell, if I open a PowerShell, you are going to see it, right? So imagine that the malware is trying to open PowerShell in a visible mode. You ask yourself that, come on, I did open PowerShell. Of course, from there you start being suspicious that something is definitely going wrong. Who is opening PowerShell on my system? But now the attacker is trying to open PowerShell. So the question is, there's a possibility, there's a possibility to open PowerShell in in invisible mode. What does that mean? That means a session of PowerShell can open. Why, and it is not visible to the user on the background. So let me put it in layman term. Open PowerShell in the background. That's what it means, right? That's what hidden means. So anytime you see a PowerShell script and it's having that hidden, just be suspicious, of that script. Just know that there's something that is not right, right? Then the next one is, if I see dash encode, so it means encoded in full terms. So what is this person trying to do? This person is trying to open this session. So there's something behind this script, but this person has encoded the script. Why did the person encode the script? To bypass antivirus. Now your antivirus solution will check this and say, oh, it is nothing. You see? So, but the script is encoded and is doing something underneath. That is why. So how does PowerShell encode a script? You have to use the keyword -encode, then put your encoded script. Now, first question, don't forget, what type of algorithm is used to encode the script? That's the first thing. That's what we have to find first. So let's go. Copy the script. Then let's go to, now I'm going to take you guys to a platform called Cyberchip. Now, so you can just go on Google, type it there, Cyberchip, and you see it, Cyberchip. It's going to come out there. You're going to just open it, Cyber Suite Army. So it's an online tool that helps you to analyze decode an encrypted script, right? And help you to, yes, both analyze and decode scripts, break down a particular string into readable formats. So I'm going to take that script and I'm going to put it here. Now I've put the script here. Remember, I don't know what kind of encoded algorithm. So maybe it's MD5 or what's it called again? SHA-120, SHA-256, or base 64, whatever it is, we need to find out. So the first thing I'll do is I'll use, so there are different operations under Cyberchip. Yeah, you can just filter for those operations, then use it against your scripts that is here. So the first that we are going to use that very common is magic. So magic, all you need to do is drag it and come to this part, right? Then you click on intensive mode. Now, guys, okay, so what are we getting? What are we seeing? Are you guys seeing anything from here? Can you see? It's saying matching operation. What is it matching? Let's go. You can see showing that decoded. Okay, so we can see that we are seeing just a minute. Okay, decode text. We can see UTF, the format 16B. So what kind of algorithm is being used? You can see I'm seeing that from base 64 is, you can see that's valid. From what I'm seeing so far, I'm seeing that the encoded algorithm used for the string is from base 64. I'm trying to take a look at all the outputs that we have so far, and I'm seeing that there's nothing else but base 64. Let me go down from base 64. So these are the matching. It's telling us that the stuff that's matched, right, from analyzing the encoded string is base 64, base 64, base 64, base 64. And to be honest with you, from experience, most of the encoded PowerShell scripts are done on base 64. So having said that, let's go on with the next analysis. So the first thing is base 64. That is our, is there hypothesis now, because we are still working on the script, right? So base 64. Now, so yeah, the suggested encoder is base 64, and also we are also seeing that the format is also coming out as UTF 16BE, right? So let's go on to the next thing that we need to do. So I'm going to go on to what we call decode text. So I'm going to go on to a decode text, which is the next filter that I will use. Sorry that this is new to you guys, but over time, once you start practicing, you get to say, okay, this is what you can use. You can lay your hands and try different operation. So now I'm going to search for decode text. See, I want to decode the text, right? So now, so let's decode the string, the scripts. Let me drag these and bring it here. Don't forget, we saw 16BE. So let's see, 16, we have 16B, 1201. Let's apply that to the string. So let's code it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 16BE, okay. So, okay, so decoded text, that is what we've just used. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to just a minute. So I'm just trying to take a look at the script. Okay. Yeah, we have this. What's the output after using this? Let's see. Okay, this. It's coming out in Chinese. Let me see. This. Oh, sorry. No. Well, what's happening? Okay, let me try and copy this. I don't know why that site is not loading, but let me just try and refresh the page and just go on with it again. Okay, let's see. This is it. So from this for okay. Okay, so this is our results from B64. Okay, so don't forget the first thing we did was magic to say, okay, after using magic, right, we are able to detect that we're using base 64. Now we are going to now take from base 64. So I don't know if I did this last time when I jumped, but so because we know that from the magic operation, we saw that we detected that it was B64. So they're just going to come here and drag from B64 to this part. So what you guys look at it, what do you notice? You see that the encrypted, the encoded string, right, has been decoded. You can see, but even though it has been decoded, it has several, what's it called? It has several you can see it has several operators, open brackets, you can see open brace. So we need to find a way to remove this so that we can make it convert it to a more readable format, right? So what do we do at this point, right? Let's I'm going to use the code formats. I'm going to use the code format just a minute. So code test. Drag the code test here. Also, don't forget we discovered that it was 16BE. Okay, the code test is giving us something in Chinese. Okay, so let's do this. See, I'm going to see. Okay. Okay. So you're seeing that you're beginning to make some sense. I'm seeing some string, blah blah. Okay. What else can we use to make sense of this string? I think we are going to try and remove all these operators so that we'll leave only the strings alone. Let me find a way with the operators. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Copy this out. Doesn't make any sense. And copy this out. Save file. Okay. So what are we seeing? Doesn't make any sense. No. You're still going to look out for how to remove the brace and some of the bracket. So I can see something like download file. I can see something like okay, new objects, system web clients, download file. This is something that is very common, especially for fileless based attack. That's commonly used, especially if now Mimikatz, for example, has a file-based format, and that's a fileless-based attack. Most of the times, when you are trying to use PowerShell to download a file, from a remote site, that is commonly called command and control, you are going to use some of this command like new object system web clients, download. So it is some of the, just like we have Java and it has some of its language. So for PowerShell, these are some, I think most of which are C++, that are being used on PowerShell to download file remotely, so that it can dump credential, capture your credentials, on your file. So I can see that this is definitely malicious, but we need to answer some of those questions. So let's go back to our Cyberchip and see how to remove some of these open brackets, and so that we just have something that we can work on. Here's my browser. Okay, so the next thing we are going to focus on to remove is this. We are going to use the next thing we are going to use find and replace. So we are going to use find and replace operator now to remove those scripts. So just a minute, let me see. I think find and replace is here. Find and replace. Okay, so what are we finding? We're looking for all these operators. Let me start with these. I think you're looking for brace. We're looking for these. Also, I think I can see open brackets. I can see plus sign. Yeah, we're looking for plus. Yeah, we're also looking for open bracket and close bracket. Use this. Yeah, you can see this. Sprays. What else can I see here? Okay, capture this. Okay. Okay. So, okay, let's take a look at praise. We have praise open bracket, praise, we have praise from here. Okay. See praise. Yeah, I can see praise. Open and close praise. What else can we see? Then we can see close. Is it this? No, this. Okay, guys. Then we're replacing it with nothing for now. Let's see how it works. If it's gonna help us, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's run this. Okay, do we have anything leaving? Yeah, just okay. So we are still having something around. Nice. Going through. Okay, let me see. Oops. Okay, station. Come on. And refresh this page. Okay. Mhm. I think it's still the same thing. So finally, okay. Length, let me copy this to my file. I think it's still showing the same thing. Okay. Still showing the same thing. Okay. So let me check. What's the first question? What security protocol is being used to communicate with the malicious domain? Okay, let me see. Even from here, is there a way for us to see the protocol? Guys. Okay. Sorry, can you guys see something here? Hello? Hello, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we're here.
Sorry, I'm not used to this. So sometimes I feel like maybe I'm talking to myself. So that I'm sure that you guys are following me. Are you seeing that we have security protocol here? What someone can, if you can type on the chat, let me know what you can see so that I know that you guys are following. What can you see here, guys? On the chat, guys. Please type. Let me know what you're seeing. Do you have an idea? Because the question we are being asked right now as part of our analysis is what security protocol is being used for communicating with the malicious domain. Now we got this encoded PowerShell script. We downloaded it and we are also trying to make analysis, from the script, right? And we took that script and we used it on here's the Cyberchip. Yeah. So don't forget, the first thing we did was to gather information about what type of what's it called? What type of algorithm is used for the encoded script, right? We got that it is base 64, right? We used magic. Don't forget, we used magic for this. So magic showed us that it's base 64 and the encoded text is this, right? So we removed magic. Now we use from base 64 basically help us convert the script to something like this, which is a little bit readable, right? So this is what we have. Now, don't forget, you are the cybersecurity incident responder, and you're trying to analyze the script. You want to make sense. What is this script trying to achieve? Those are the questions you want to ask. What is the script trying to achieve? So in the bit of investigating that, that is why we are answering some of these questions, right? So where is it called? Look at it. What security protocol is being used, and it's important to know the protocol that is being used, right, to communicate with the malicious domain. Now, a malicious domain here is that the attacker has its own server outside your network. So the attacker is finding a way to communicate your victim, the victim machine, the machine that has vulnerability. It want to find a way to browse or to talk to that machine so that it can further cause other damages like getting credentials or downloading other malwares like rootkits so that when you are typing it will capture your details, right? So these are what you now as a cybersecurity engineer, you want to know is what kind of protocol is being used so that if there's need to, for example, block protocol or block that port, or is it a legacy protocol that has been deprecated? You understand? So, okay, thank you, somebody. Ido, I think I got that right, Harvey. Ichi. So thank you, guy. Thank you so much. So somebody is telling us that it's security protocol TLS 1.2, right? You can see it from the script. I copied this out and you can see also that the security protocol from here is what? TLS 1.2. Thank you. So let's go on to the next question. Do we have any question at this point? before I go on to the next question, please? Guys, no question, right? I should go on. Hello?
Yes, go on.
Yeah. Okay, so now we've established that this is a protocol. So the next question that we have here is around, where is it? What directory, right? So let me put this. I think if I put this CLS 1.2, right? Let me submit if I see. Oh, okay, so it's correct. Thank you. Then what directory does the obfuscated PowerShell script create? Now, this next question after getting the protocol is there a directory that this malicious file is trying to create? Is this something that we can see? What directory is it trying to create? Let's go back to the script. Let's see if we can analyze it or if we need to break down the script further using Cyberchip. So from this file, okay, is there anything directory like this file? You guys, please help me take a look at so that we can. Okay, let me check. So I can see something like create directory here, right? Can you guys say you can see create directory in the script?
Yes.
So, yeah, so we have create directory in the script. Now, this is home, right? In Linux, I think, does it happen in Windows too? If you do this, can you see my command line? Okay, so if we do this, home, it's not recognized. I think it's in PowerShell that this is. Let me see. Once we do home, okay, let me open PowerShell, test it. Does it revolve to? Okay, let me see. I think it should be echo home. Echo home. Okay, echo home. Echo home is. Let me see. PowerShell should. That's a variable name. Let's see. Echo home. Let's see. It's not can recognize. Okay. Is it? Okay. Home. Okay. Okay, so I'm just trying to, so I'm trying to analyze this.
Is it time?
Sorry? Somebody.
Really show.
Okay. So from what we can see, we are seeing create directory here, right? Now, from the create directory, we can see home, right? Now we can see some syntaxes. I'm trying to use Cyberchip to filter out these syntaxes. Okay, let me do that again. Let me see if I can filter out these from that script. Let's see, where's the script? Cyberchip. Okay. See. Okay, let me copy these out. Copy it. I want to replace it with let me see if I can copy. Guys, just a minute. Let me copy out our scripts and let's see what we have there. Copy it out. Let's put it on Notepad++. Create home. You can see. Okay. Then we have. Okay. Just a minute, please. Okay, let me see if I can place it. Place it with okay. The question again. So the question again is around, okay, in this format. So I'm going to replace it with this backspace and see if it's going to come out in that format. Replace it with a backspace. So I take this out. Okay, repeat. Then let me replace it with this. Okay, final place. Final place. This. Okay. Okay. So I'm just trying to find a way to filter out some of the strings that we have. Let's see if it can make more sense. Okay, so I think it's not filtering, but I can see a create directory where we have home. So let me bring out this. Let me bring it out, this value. Okay, without this value. Copy it out. And we see this. So if you have home, we have DBHDB. Okay, doesn't need what we have there. So I'm going to just put it this way.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
So can we check out for maybe create variable? There's a possibility that a variable may have been created.
Yeah.
And that variable called home.
Home, yeah. Okay, so you know, the script didn't run on my system, right? So it's just a sample script that was sent to us to analyze. So are you saying I should check on my system if that has been created or something? I want to get your question correct.
No, within the script, if a variable was created and that variable was called home.
If a variable is created and
within the script, yeah.
Oh, okay, within the script. Okay. So let's go on to check. Okay, so from what we have on the script, right? Let's take a look, a deep look. So what we have is that we have a value. So the value is created in a directory path. Now, create directory. We have home. Now, they didn't explicitly state directory. They were using, if you see what the attacker did, was that he was using several operators to kind of make sure that we don't have a clear visibility on what he's trying to do. So then we have a path, this, then we have YL, and we have this. Now, if we go on to your question again, is there a directory that was created? So after create directory, what happened next? Let's take a look. We have a variable. Then we have, okay, this is where we saw the security protocol that was created. Okay, so what are we going to do? Okay, we have a security protocol. Okay, so we also have another part here. Okay. Just a minute. So see, it's not like you guys are saying, this is how it is in the real life. Like you're going to take your time to, look at scripts, find a way to make sense of it, and justify your facts. Okay, so from what I'm saying so far, I think to answer the question that we have here, around, oh, why do I keep opening this? To answer this question that we have here around what directory does the obfuscated part create? I think our answer is around this part where we have create directory, because if you take a look at it, there is no other part in the script where we have a create directory except that part. So if we have, you guys, please hope you are taking a look at investigating the script with me so that in case I miss out anything. So from what I'm seeing so far, I'm thinking that the script will be something around here, based on my experience, based on what I think, maybe around something like this. But just a minute, I'm trying to take a look at the script myself again to be sure. Just a minute, please. Okay. Okay. So let's check if we're correct by typing in stuff. Let's just check if we're, because for my guess, I'm just thinking that this is what it's gonna be. But let me put it in onto that. Within the comma, I'll put it in. Okay, I've put this in. Then the next, I'm going to do this. So we have home. Okay. Then we have db_h. Okay. So this is just a string. This cannot be the name of a directory. So I'm seeing YELF here as a string. Then the next is the next under this, I'm seeing this. So we can have the name of a string as praise. So this is what I'm thinking, and this is what let me see if it makes sense. Oh, okay. So so he's saying it's wrong. It should end with, okay, it should end with a dash. Let me try again. Okay. Is there any other thing that? Okay, I think.
Okay, so sorry, quick question.
Yeah. Okay, I think
So
I'm getting the format.
If it's a PowerShell script,
yeah.
PowerShell script run only on Windows, right?
No, PowerShell scripts do not run only on Windows. So okay, yeah. So yeah, most of the PowerShell scripts that we'll see, right, is on Windows. But the question is, do we have file-based attack on other operating systems like Linux? Yes, of course, built on Bash script. So there are also Bash scripts, that also affects Linux operating system, of course, especially most of the Linux operating system issues that I've seen are regarding duplicated protocols. Like you are still using TLS 1.1, and if an attacker find a way to see that, let's say that it can exploit that protocol, then it's going to be easy. So sorry. So I don't know if I answer your question, but like you said, I think in a way you are very correct, because only Windows use PowerShell scripts. But I know that there are also other bash scripts, malicious bash script files, right? That's that are out there. But most of what we see, most of the vulnerabilities are always on PowerShell, because of Windows operating system has a lot of vulnerabilities, right? So okay. So I'm just trying to look at. Okay, so I think I have 30 here. I'm not putting. Okay, so from what I'm seeing so far is we have the string, then we have 30, we have YHEF, and we have this.
I can't answer.
Let me try this back. I think it's the same thing. I just need to use.
Possible shortcuts or internet the way.
Okay. Okay. Hello guys. So this is from what I can see based on my hypothesis, right? We have only one part in the script where we have create directory. Then $home. This $home. I think it's on Linux. It will take you directly to what it means is that creates a directory under C is the same thing as your C. You understand this part? So that file, that malicious PowerShell script is trying to create a directory under C. That is why it's using home here. Sorry, where's it again? So it's using home here, right? Now you can't have a file name with this. Open brace, it's you can't go, you can't have a file name. So what other thing makes sense is that we have some string. We can have a file name with db_dh, right? We can have a file name with plus. We can have a file name. So plus here, in a way, you guys are programming, it seems to be like more of concatenation, right? So that's why I took that 30 and added to it, right? Because in a way, that is what it means, concatenation. Then we have YF. Then we have this. You see that between 30 and YF, the guy didn't do something like this, right? If they had done something like this, I would have put 30, I would have included YF here. So he used a form of, use this to represent dash, your backslash. And most of the ones that I've worked on are always in this format. So the hacker used this to represent backslash. Then YF, you can see concatenate this string. Then this also represents a backslash. So in a way, this is what the person is trying to achieve. So the PowerShell script is trying to create a directory in your home, right, where I just open and the name of the file is trying to create, the folder is this, then it's trying to create two folder under your C drive. I don't know if you have any question at this point before we move on. But based on my hypothesis, that is what I can see. Like I said, this is the only part where we have create directory. And what follows is a directory part, which is home, like this. So is there any question from this part, please? I want you guys to ask questions so that we can, because you remember we are analyzing these things together. So if you have any suggestion, bring it up.
I have a question.
Okay.
Please, how do you know that the directory part has terminated? So where your cursor is now, there's minus F. Is it because of the braces, the red braces?
Yes, because of the red braces. Because of the red braces. Yeah. Because if you just take, let's look at it together. Like if you take a look at, let me just bring everything out like this. So let me stop here. So it's not like I know off my head, but based on, like I said, you are going to be analyzing scripts and analysis takes time. Now we have value column C to create, right? C creates directory, right? Now we have home. Before home, he opens a bracket, right? Home. Now plus, he uses this as a way to create how would I put it? He uses this as a way to create to ensure that the text is not clear, you know, as a way to make it unclear, right? So in cybersecurity, they call it obfuscation, hiding data inside data, making data unclear. So now we have, at the top of my head, I know that this is a string, right? Now we have a string here. The plus most of the time means concatenate, right? Then we have another string. You can create a file with a number, right? So I have concatenate. That means this string add to this string. That's what we have here. Now we have plus. There's another string, but this is under brace. We can't have a file like this. Don't forget, we are trying to, the question is around what is directory. So we are looking at anything that can make sense as a directory name. That's what we are trying to find out. Now we have YF, which is a string. Then the next thing we have here is a string also. Now take a look at this and this, right? So that means this must be representing something. Especially when you see a script and you are seeing some certain command being repeated, it's something that you have to take note. Most of the time, it represents something. So from what I can see so far, right, if you want to make it readable format, and look at the question again, look at it. They said starting from this, right? They've given us a format. So that's why I was just suggesting that this could answer our question.
Okay, thank you.
So please, is there any other question here? Okay, anybody, somebody else? Okay, someone dropped from the chat. Is it user profile on Windows? Let me see. Is it user profile? I'm not sure because I've tested it before. I've checked, right? I've checked your home directory. Like if you check paths, for example, right? Except I don't have it in my paths. So in my path, you have C. Okay, it's not defined in my path. That's why. Okay, that's why. So most parts, you will see that this what's it called? This command are also referred to C drive. Right. So that's why it's not returning it because it's not defined under my parts. Okay. So I think at this point, so the next question, what file is being downloaded? What file is being downloaded? So let's go back to the script and take a look at it again. So is there any part where we have download? What do you think?
Second to last line. Second to last line.
Thank you. Oh, second to last line, we have a download file. Then we have this, right? So I think we also need to take the script back to the Cyberchip to see how to make sense of this, right? Okay, so the good thing that we'll see that, of course, this malicious script is trying to download the file. So what is the name of the file is what we are trying to make out here. We have these, we have these, we have these. What can we do? Let's see. The string, I can see the string. I can see run DLL here. Okay. So this, let's look at it. Okay. Say, okay. Let's go back to the Cyberchip. This, see anything that will help us here? Just a minute. Okay, me just copy this. Okay, how to use. Refresh this guy. See. Okay, let this file out. Let me delete these guys. Okay. Let's see. From this 64. Okay, got this. Then next thing we did was the code text. So it's code. Okay, you can see you have the code text here. Okay. Hope you guys remember how we got this, how we got the UTF the code text from. I want a response so that I'm not the only one working here, right? Can you remember where we got this from, guys? Hello? Hello, guys.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we got
I
it
can
from
hear you.
Magic.
Shit, thank you so much. Yeah, from the Magic. So that's why I'm using it back to get this text. So the next thing we are going to do is okay. I think we removed some string. Let's see. Find and replace. Yes. I think we have this. Let's see. Let's see. There are certain strings that we have. We have brackets. Things. Okay, let me just put them in Notepad. This out. So from here, I can see that we have okay, this is a download file. This is where we are trying to achieve, but let's how to remove every other filter right here. So have this. You can see we have this. Then we have these. Then we have this. Then we have these two. So I'm just trying to copy out some things. Yeah. Then I think we have, what else do we have here? We have plus. Then we have brace. We have the brace. Right, okay. We have brace. Then we have a close bracket. Let me see. We should be able to filter this with find and replace. Then get here. Okay, I think it works now. Okay, let's take this, guys. So let's take this out. So I filter for these guys, right? And this is what I got. Let's take a look at, where's our download file? We are still left with these. We have a download file part now. Yeah, so what else can we do? Okay, before getting to the download file, let's take a look at the string. We have our protocol. We are seeing, okay, so I don't know if you guys are seeing something here around so from here, just exactly, we have this guy. I'm seeing that there's a repetition of this ANW dash. Are you guys seeing it too? So I noticed that it is coming like at the beginning of a URL. If you are to have like a URL, something like if you are to have something like around HTTP, like if you have an HTTPS, let me bring this out. So why I'm saying this is this: when you have a malicious PowerShell script, there are certain things it will do. Number one is that it's going to hide the session, the PowerShell session. Number two, most likely it's going to use an encoded, maybe base64. Number three, it's going to contain some URLs. Most of the time, the URLs are visible, but this guy is kind of crafty. We are seeing it's not coming out straight, right? I'm seeing something from here. I just copied out. I'm seeing from string. Let me see. See, there's a launch string character. Then let me copy that out. I think it will end. I'm seeing .NET from here. Okay, replace this. Are you seeing replace H? Are you seeing what I'm seeing here, guys? Replace ANW, right? With what? With HTTP. Now, if I copy from this to string, right? Let me bring it out. From string, let me put it out to replace, so that it's better for us to analyze. So because of, I know that's one of the formats, well, the common format for PowerShell script, that you're going to, of course, have a domain, an external domain that you're going to talk to. Because if you don't have a domain, how are you going to exfiltrate your data? Don't forget, we are dealing with fileless attack here, right? So at the top of my head, what I'm seeing is that this format, this is coming out. As you can see, I've said something before that if you see a string being repeated, there's something that is doing, right? I can see that it's coming out like the form of like a URL, a malicious and external domain URL. Now, I want to replace this with HTTP, this guy, because the purpose is I want to, so that we can make sense to know exactly what the name of this file is. We are trying to remove every operator as possible to make sense of the whole malicious string. That's the purpose. So let me do that straight away. I'm going to go to, let me add, I'm going to introduce another find and replace, bring out this guy. I think it's coming out as this. Okay, and I'm going to bring it out and add it to this guy. Okay, another find and replace. Let's see. And this is using up on the to add this. Okay, so we have final present this guy, then HTTP. Okay, so simple string. Let me change it. Okay. So we have this. Let me replace with P. Okay. So do we still have? Okay. We have T. Okay. So guys, this is what I'm trying to do. I saw based on the scripts that we have, right? We have these guys, and if you take a look at it, right, this is a form of a URL, right? But it's not starting with HTTP. It's starting with ANW, then an open brace, an open bracket, then 3. So, and if you notice that this is coming out like different times. So just an analysis. Let's replace it with HTTP. This is what we are getting. This means that this is the URL, external URLs that the attacker is trying to exfiltrate data to this guy, these URLs. And we are also going to confirm if truly these URLs are malicious or not. All right, still going to be part of our search. So what are we left with? We are left with the download file where we are going to. So you see anything, guys, what are we seeing here? Let's take a look at this part. So I can see now we have download file, this contents. Then it's been repeated twice. What about this guy? We are seeing it here and we are seeing it here too. Is there anything we can do at this point? Okay, so we have our run DLL. Don't forget, this is a window program that is also used to run codes, you know, that has DLL in DLL formats. So most of FileSB's attack use this run DLL tool. One of them is to establish persistency, you know, and to run to update registry keys. So what can we do at this point? I'm just trying to take a look at how we can make sense of the downloaded file. What can we do at this part? Just a minute, guys. Trying to look at, is there an operator? Let me see. Okay, I'm done. It's find and replace. It's an operator we can use to make sense of these guys. Okay. So just a minute. Trying to see. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's look at, let's take a look at the next question. We are going to come back to this download file. Why? Because I'm seeing that there's a question here that has to do with the URL that we've just discovered. So, and the question here is saying, what is the domain name of the URL that ends with this? From what I'm seeing so far, we have a list of URLs here that ends with, what is it again? 6F2GD. Do we have any 6F2GD? 6F2GD. Okay, I'm seeing PayPal.
Second
Okay.
to the last line.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah. So we have a CF2GD. So they're saying what is the name of the domain? What is the domain name of the URL that ends with this? What's the name of the domain? So I think it should be this. This is the domain. This is the domain. This should be the domain. So so again, okay, let's see. So format should be subdomain, then top left domain. So subdomain, this is the subdomain, then we have top level domain. So this subdomain, top level domain. So let's go and put it back. Let's see if it needs this format. Okay, so I think we are done with this. So this question then, based on the analysis of the obfuscated code, what is the name of the malware? So this is where we need to take a look at other searches and see what is the name of the malware. So to be honest with you, to get the name of the malware, we need to be able to get the name of downloaded file. So let's go back and see. But apart from that, from the malicious URL, you can also do this. You can also, let me bring this out. You can also search on VirusTutor if these malicious URLs have been reported. I can see these is okay. What we just copied out now. Let me see. Do we have these listed anywhere? Google. Let me see on VirusTutor, for example. Oh, okay. So we are seeing that this has been flagged by VirusTutor also, right? By certain what's it called? Antivirus solutions. So let's look at the details and analyze what could this be. So this means that it's an external malicious domain, right? So, but remember the question is asking us what is the name of the malware. Now, the name of the malware reported here is different. They're just telling us phishing, malicious, it's been malicious. That so what exactly is the name of this? Do we have anything that was reported here? Okay, let's go take a look at other malware sample, right? That makes sense. Let's take a look at other malware samples. Can we browse on something? Come on, search. There's a place where you can search. Not getting. What about hybrid analysis? Do we have anything on hybrid analysis? Sorry, somebody saying something? So on hybrid analysis, let's take a look at. Yeah, let's see. So we've confirmed that that malicious URL is that URL is malicious, right? So let me see. Come on. Okay, still processing. Let's see. Search. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So we are also seeing something on hybrid analysis about this domain. Okay. Does it mix this? Let's take a look at some file. Let's take a look at analyzing this. Okay. External report. Do we have anything around the name? Let's see the overview information. So name, that was okay. Somebody submitted this as a file. Let's see, malicious. Okay. Your details. Let's see. Okay. So guys, I want to point out this, right? As we are analyzing, it's also important to see the IP addresses, right? External IP addresses that this domain is resolving into. So what is it? What do you do to respond based on the information you've gathered here? As a security analyst, at this point, it's important to also gather information around these IP addresses and ensure that the network team block access to this IP address. So it's not in the question, but based on my experience, that's what I'll do. I'll make sure that all these are captured in my investigation and ensure that IP addresses like this are blocked, right? So that is also a security control at the perimeter, the perimeter layer, the network layer, in any organization. This is so because if it is blocked on the firewall, any exfiltration of data to that IP address will be blocked, right? So that's also part of our investigation. It's also very, very important to gather information around the the IP addresses. So lastly, I'll check any.run. Let me see if there's anything around. Oh, come on. Sorry guys, I'm taking so much time. I didn't actually prepare for this. Like I didn't plan that I'm going to have this. So I was thinking that Toby is going to take lecture, but I just wanted us to go through some of the real life scenario, what we face, as cybersecurity. These are things that will come to your table and you're expected to ensure you provide this feedback. So I think we wanted to drop and search for. So guys, what we've just done is a manual, manual analysis. There are other threat intelligence platforms that can really help us too. And one of them is any.run. It's an interactive malware analysis platform, majorly like a sandboxing. So for me, as I'm going through the malware, the manual analysis of the PowerShell scripts, I am also going to upload it to a sandbox to see what information I can gather, right? So this is what I'll do. I'm going to do this. Do I need to sign up again? I think I have accounts with them. Okay, I do. So I'm going to create a new task. Are you guys, let me get your feedback if you are following me at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload that file that I downloaded, right? I'm going to upload it on this sandbox environment. And this is it for this file. Then choose an operating system. Can choose any. Okay. So you can create an account on any.run. It's very good, especially if you have a file that is malicious and you want to quickly have an analysis just alongside as you're doing your own analysis, right? Okay, so it's trying to analyze our file. So it's going to take some time, just some minutes. Yeah, we're going to see what's coming out. So currently we're not seeing any DNS files. Okay. So penetrate. Let's give it some time, a minute or two. Come out. Okay, so okay. It's trying to analyze the file. Okay. Wow. Analysis is not showing us anything. Okay, I'm going to do. Let's see. Can we search for that URL?
I think it's saying to move your mouse to view screenshots.
Let me see. Yeah, I've been doing that. So, but actually, what you should, even though it's asking, we should get, if it has found anything, it's going to just show us some of the details here. But I'm thinking because maybe the file is what's it called? The file is encoded. So what I'll do is that I'll just put the unencoded format in a text file and try it again. So that's what I'll do. Just give me a minute. Let me open the file. Put it like this. Save text file. Okay, so let me try and upload these.
So, quick question.
Okay. Okay.
Is there no sandbox that have the capability to decode the files and carry out the analysis?
Yeah, so there are sandboxes, right, that can do that, but most of those kind of sandbox, most of those features are going to be paid, because as like I told you, this is an open sandbox environment. So most of its advanced features are going to be restricted because it's free. So there are other sandboxes like CrowdStrike, Alien Vaults, so many sandbox environments that can do that for us, that can automatically open it, right? Open the file. And but like I said, most of them are, of course, they are premium features. They are not free features. So, but this is what I can find is that okay. So that's why sometimes as a security personnel, you have to just find a way to improvise, find a way to get the job done, and see what you can do. Just a minute. Sorry guys for taking this long, because I just want you guys to see how it works, what we do. Just a minute or two. Let's take a look at. Okay. Okay. So while we wait for this, let me see, is there a possibility to use splits? Let's see how we can use these. Okay, let me break. So this to help us break is still the same. So split, we just break what's it called, the string into based on the parameter delimiter that we have. So I think we are having semicolon here. So let me just change this to semicolon. Let's do this again. Okay, so So we have something like this. Can I bring this out or to analyze? Then you can see this file. Okay, so we have something like this. Okay, let's check back to our Penny.tron if there's anything that we have. Okay, still nothing. Okay, so it's not an issue. It's not an issue. Okay, let's just take a look at what we have here. Okay, we have this. We have a variable, this protocol. We have this value, this is a variable, this value. We have the variable, we have the value. We have this also. So lastly, I think under the download file. So for each of these in this new object system.net web clients, okay, that's the command, PowerShell command. There's a PowerShell command, download this. Okay, then okay, so we have this. Okay, please guys, just a minute. I'm just trying to find a way to see if we can make sense of this, because I know there's just a little. Yeah, we have for each of these. Okay. So there's a new page. We have home. So should this so we have these three variables here. Okay. So we can hello guys. Now you see what I'm saying? This guy replace the string. So we have three variables here. This is a variable and this is a value. This is a variable and this is a value. This is also a variable. Now, if you look at this variable, right, we are seeing that .dll is an extension for a file, right? Now we have a variable here that has this value. So for me, I can see that we can have something like this. Why? Why can't we have something like this? See, from here it said replace string, the character, this. So if you have a variable name that is equals to this value, then that means anywhere where this variable is, we can also substitute or replace this value for that variable name. in just my scene, that's what I'm thinking. Let me see. Does this name make sense? Let's check. So to confirm that, we can check on any Google, can do an open search on Google and check for that name. You can see here that we have that kind of name, right? There's something I'm seeing that is familiar to that name. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are having a file name just as what we assume, or we doing the as based on our suggestion, and we are seeing that that file exists. That's what about on virus tutor? Does virus tutor have any record of this file name? Okay, virus tutor does not have any record of this file name. What about, so that's the beauty about this stuff. You need to be able to use different what's it called, different threat intelligence platform, because there are some that might not have a particular value that you're looking for. Because right now we are not seeing this file name, but we are seeing that this file name exists on we are seeing that this file name exists on Malware Bazaar. Is also a threat intelligence platform, exactly. And let's take a look at others, if that's okay. You also see from Dr. Web Antivirus that this file name exists, right? You can see that this file name exists, you know, and it's so that means.
Hello, please. You can't see your screen any longer.
Oh, so good. Did I stop sharing? Oh, come on. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So let me go back. I said from Malware Bazaar, right? We are able to see that this file exists, right? You can see now, though we didn't see any details from virus total or from hybrid analysis, but from Malware Bazaar, we're able to see. Sorry, you're able to see that it exists. Now, I also check on Dr. Web Antivirus. I saw that from one of the searches that I did, and I can see, like, I was querying that file name, and I can see that it exists. Look at, you can see it came out. Can you see that this sound look familiar? Do you remember that we saw a part like this, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you can see that we saw something that looks like this. That means there's actually a file that looks like this. So now let's go and check our question and see if it makes sense then. So use this value. Oh, so now they expect us to put it. See the explorers.
Can we check the previous tab? Because there are two tabs I talked about finding. One was the one that I was trying to download. I think that's what you.
Oh, okay.
Tried.
What file is being downloaded? Oh, okay, let's see. I think that's true. Oh, yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you. So this is correct, right? So what is used to execute the downloaded file? What is used to execute downloaded file? Everybody, what do you think from what we have here? What do you think?
It wants to come out.
Sorry? Okay, so I'll tell you.
Sorry, that's not for you.
Okay, so because of time, I'll just say what is, if you look at this from my experience, you know, we have web new object system. This is more like a C+ command that's used on PowerShell to download the file. Good. Now the file is downloaded. One of the things that I'm seeing here that is used to run the file, like I said, don't forget, the file is exists as a DLL file. So what is used to run that file? The only window feature that is used to run DLL file is run DLL, right? So you can do a search on what it is, right? So it's run DLL. So let's take a look at what is run DLL 32. You can see. So simply used to launch functionality stored in shared DLL files, right? So that is what we can see over there. If we go back, let's try and see that's answer to the question, right? See, it's correct. So we are left to, based on the analysis of the obfuscated code, what is the name of the file? Malware. Don't forget again, you have to do your open source intelligence on this. Make some Google search, do some Google docking on this file. So from open reports that we have, what did they call the name of the file? Let's see. This is just giving us some technical information about this file. What else can we see? Let's check the malware bazaar. Does it talk of? Okay, so we have some file information. Okay, so from the file information, we can even see that any .run even have something around that file. Let's open it. You can see this guy too, so that I can have an information around what the name of. So there are even several platforms here that talks about the file itself. So you can see, we are seeing that from Cape sandboxing is being called detected as an emotet. So emotet is some sort of I think it's a ransomware, right? Let's check that. I think emotet is a ransomware. Is it? Emotet is a ransomware. I guess. Yeah. From a function where. What is this guy? Oh, come on. So start. Kind of malware is this guy? Let's okay, is it Trojan? Is it bank Trojan? Okay. Okay, so it's a banking Trojan. Okay, not ransomware. So I think the attack vector is very phishing, most of it. So it uses a CNC server to receive updates, just like we saw a CNC server, so to receive updates, works the same way as operating system updates. And this happens seamlessly without any outward sign. You can see that was the stealthiness I'm talking about. So I think more of like what we've just analyzed is more of an emotet. So from what we are seeing, it's a Trojan and it's a bank Trojan. So yeah, and I just like want to put on the what's it called? Sorry, over here. Let's see if this answers the question. Oh, guys, so it is something, I think it's emotet that we've just analyzed, right? So at this point, do we have any question from what we've analyzed so far? Do you have any question like want us to answer? So before we call this a day. Okay, guys. So I want you guys to go check this out. First of all, I would say you should go and create an account on Blue Teamer whenever you have time. Do some practice. This will really, I'm dropping this on the chat. Do some practice and let's see how it goes. If you have any question, you could chat me up. Then we could go through it together. So
yeah, Nelson, can you just help drop it in the resource page on the Slack channel?
Sorry,
can you help drop the URL and all the documents and all my links?
Okay.
Just leave it on the Slack channel.
So I'm not on the channel.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah, that's why I'm always dropping it here. So if like the last Saturday the video I had to send it to Roland. So I'm not on the channel. Okay, so let me do this. I don't know if you guys can get it from here on the chat, or I'll do a mail to Roland later and send all this stuff to you guys so that you can, check, get a look at some of these features and yourself. Well, okay, thank you. Thanks for, I really took a lot of you guys' time. Apologies, and thank you so much. So do we have any question?